Hi there, this is Yagoda, and you're listening to How Did We Get Here podcast. This is a part 2 of my episode with José, so if you didn't listen to part 1, feel free to go back an episode. Otherwise, you can just continue from here on when we start discussing a little bit different topics. But there's one more topic I want to speak to you about because this intrigued me, and I like that someone else has brought this up. Brought this up. You sent me this YouTube video, and I'm like, yes, this is so fascinating because I like brain, I like psychology, but there is part of the brain, like the video that you sent me was about consciousness.
All right.
Right, and there is also a lot of there are parts of it about physics, and I am not super familiar with it, but what I like is to contemplate how consciousness work, right? So, have you watched this video?
Actually, I was again because I said to you, I was like, oh man, this is very good. I was working with the small people here again.
What a cool title. I'm just going to send it. But the reason I think it's interesting because obviously like what we know about consciousness is not much, but I am very intrigued because, we've talked a little bit about drugs.
Yeah.
And my experience with drugs is not heaps.
Yeah.
But I knew someone in my life who who has been more active in that area, which made me try some things, mostly weed. But there was one time I did try a psychedelic.
All right.
Did not end up working too well with me. But what is your experience? Like before we actually talk about consciousness, do you feel comfortable? Yeah, like talking about your experience with any sort of things that make you unsober.
Good term. Unsober. All right. Well, yeah, because for example, I don't taste any thing that made me like that until I got to 18. So I only tried this like an adult. Then the way I try things made a different result in me than in friends that shared that moment with me.
Mm-hmm.
I have a background, Christianity background. From childhood.
Yes.
So there was a stigma and ideas that don't feel okay or doesn't match my personality. And the only way to get that point clear was, okay, let's try this thing. Mm-hmm. I will get my own idea about that certain substances.
Certain substances.
Yeah. Some were for party, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
But two have been before and after in my life. One have been LSD.
Mm-hmm.
That gave me a trip that made me wake up.
Yeah.
Then came the weed.
Mm-hmm. Also, LSD was first, or
no, after weed.
Oh, okay, after weed. Okay.
But how do I say? When I tried LSD, I was also starting to get in the way I told you. Like small work, working small, working with dough, get the quantity to get a good point. But when I realized it in that time, I already have been smoking the idea.
Okay.
But the shock was, okay, this has been experienced. This is something very different from weed. Because for me, weed was very different. For most people, weed is to get chill, to get slow. For me, it's to focus.
Okay.
But I have a friend, for example, he was a DJ producer, and he smoked a lot. And in some point, I told him I don't want to smoke at the same level that you because you are not enjoying the joint.
Yes.
And that was no go for me because I watched him get bad in another things and so on. I get that was not the weed, but more his attitude toward life, toward war, and so on. And give me an example, honestly, and what not to do.
So what was about his behavior and attitude that you thought was not great?
All right. In some point, he could that word is very hard for me. Couldn't do it.
He couldn't do it.
Couldn't do it.
Couldn't do it. Okay.
Anything without smoke.
Oh.
But big amounts, not one joint or two, no, like a lot.
So he pretty much had to have some weed every day.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he wouldn't.
Big quantity.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, he got into more hard drugs.
Mm-hmm.
And that behavior become more unstable, wanna fight for small things, and that's the point where we get different caminos. Paths.
Yes.
But also, he got better a few years ago. Oh. But for me, and I'm happy for him.
Yeah.
But for me, it was like, psychedelics, drugs, anything, it's not for all people, but how people should try. That's
so
my
you think
point.
Everyone should try?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, that's an interesting view.
It's like the alcohol. I think somebody should have at least a chupito. Yeah.
A chupito.
A chupito. A shot.
Okay.
Yeah, because I know it's experience.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's an interesting, those substances, all of them affect us, but the interesting distinction between, for example, alcohol and drugs, and then again, drugs are different as well.
Yeah.
Is that like alcohol is considered a poison. Obviously, it's not gonna kill you in small quantities, but if you overdo it, and sometimes even for certain organisms, like for some bodies, like small amounts can already do damage if you're genetically predisposed.
Yeah.
But the drugs, for example, weeds. I've heard a lot of things about weed that it's not harmful, right? There's a few things to it, I guess, because you can have weed in a smoking sense, and the smoke itself is just generally like the idea of smoking isn't just not good. What if it's not oxygen? It's not good.
It's the same as vaping. Most people think it's okay because it's not nicotine, but it's a chemical in your lungs.
Exactly. And, there's a lot of things. Oh, this is like another huge topic that I actually got like a culture shock when I got to Europe and I see like people in Australia vaped and people here vaped, but here they sell vapes with nicotine in tobacco shops, like those tobaccos. I could, like Australia, it's so under the counter. Right. And if they discover it, they close your business. You get such a fine for selling a vape with tobacco. With like nicotine, sorry. So it's actually interesting how different countries handle it. I do agree with you that everyone should try things. Not like should. Should is a big word. You don't have to if you don't want to, but it opens your eyes a little bit to different, especially with psychedelics, right? Like the way, I don't know the chemical process that happens. I want to educate myself on this, but it does, some psychedelic drugs, and there are a variety, do make you really perceive things very differently.
All right.
Right. For me, when I tried just mushrooms, like once, and it was for people who take them regularly, it was small amount, but it was still like condensed in a pill. For my personality, like a personality who tends to overthink, I just had one negative thought that I thought after I had the mushroom, and I spiraled so bad, and then
a bad trip.
It was a bad trip, and because I was like amongst few people that were not too sensitive, also
worst trip.
also stoned. It's like, and then I'm like, oh shit, it was pretty bad. Some tried to help but couldn't, and eventually, like, I ended up hours later, just because it was in camping location, then drove home hours later. It was pretty like bad experience. And my body generally, like, the same with weed, because I'm anxious, because I overthink, usually it's a bad experience. But at the same time, what I hear from some people, like this one person that I knew who did take some psychedelics, I think it was what is this drug? Not DNA. DL.
Sí, hay una con D, pero no me acuerdo.
MDA? Or maybe it's MDA.
MDA,
yes.
It's kind of LSD. MDA,
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So it's like, apparently you just, take some amount, and very shortly, for 10, 15 minutes, you might sometimes even lose vision, right?
Yeah.
And what I find interesting is that, like, even this video talked about this, but also this person who tried it. There were actually two people who I know who tried it. It's they described these 3. Oh, you too. Oh, okay. I want to hear about your experience. But, like, apparently, is that true that you end up in a completely different, almost, reality? Was that for you like that?
Yeah, because in the end, I tried partying, and was a big push. I got energy from I don't know where, but I party a lot. But in some point, I lost myself. My friends told me, like, I was party, pom, 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 and in some moment I just go down, move, and get blank in the
bed. No. Wall? What's with the wall, dude?
No. I am happy to ask the neighborhood will. The fuck?
We're just recording a podcast, like whoever is neighboring us now.
Okay, but yeah, I don't remember the movement, but I remember that I was like floating.
Floating.
Yeah. I got so much power, energy, I don't know, that my mind got blank.
But did you still, at this party, you saw different people, I guess it was party. Did you lose, like, did it change for you? Did you start seeing different things that were not there, or?
Yeah. Yep. In the rush, I got a lot of image, a lot of, like I say, the music. I was feeling the music. I was not hearing the music.
Okay.
But in some point, I disconnected from my friends from the group. I just made my word and get to the wall, and I was empty, floating, and big ball go out.
How long did it last?
I don't know. My friends told me like 10 minutes.
And do you remember that, really? Or, like,
I don't remember the movement when I got on the wall, but I remember the shock. That guy was like floating. And after that,
okay,
I go like kind of sleepy, but get out and normal.
So you go back to normal pretty easily.
Yeah.
So
also was a lot of party. I think that was the rush of the moment.
So what if it was in a quieter environment? How do you think?
I have been curious because I have having the opportunity. Yeah.
Maybe.
Because I have tried a lot of drugs, but not always in good space, like we talk about. I think that made a different experience. A lot.
Do you think, because that's kind of maybe what I thought, like even when I contemplated about my experiences, that most of the time I felt pressured or I did not feel in a safe space.
Right.
I kind of felt I had opportunity and I took it, but that person wasn't my safe person. So do you think it also matters that it feels right and the place is right, the people are right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, for example, in Argentina was always with a good growth, Colombian peoples.
Yeah.
So they were always seeing each other in the parties.
Looking after each other. Yeah.
Here in Malaga, I got a good group. Also, they visit me before in December, and they will come in the end of February. Yeah. So with this group also, I can try and feel good even outside because it's good people. Yeah.
I guess. They might listen to this, better say nice things.
Yeah. No, yeah, because, for example, with the friend of Argentina, the one who got crazy and so on.
Yeah.
I meet this girl with him, but he got a part of this girl, and I get more integrated in that girl.
Oh, so he was part of the group, but then he left it.
He left himself. Yeah, he get a part of the group, and I think it was like he know that these people wanna let him go crazy and get a lot, and so he chose go lonely for that.
Okay.
Yeah, because it was a good group. In Argentina was a very good group.
Yeah, I think this would be important because I actually did try. I remember now that when I started traveling, or maybe I shouldn't say too much to not put anyone in trouble, but at some point in Italy, I had opportunity to like try a little bit, like of a like lolly, like a edible,
A jelly,
yeah, like a jelly. And so I, my Airbnb host had it. It was funny to kind of go downstairs and she would be like somewhere else. And her dogs would just like, very, very funny. But then at some point, like, she offered one and I'm like, okay. And I had like, because it was tiny, tiny jelly and I had like 1/3 one time and I'm like, well, I don't really feel anything. So I had the 2/3 the other time and it felt a lot better when I was just by myself relaxed.
Right.
So maybe, I guess my concern with any group would be, what if they don't care? Because the moment I have this thought, will they care? Will they help if I'm not okay? But then the moment I could fixate over that. And I think that's what can steer things away. But if the group feels safe already and you can see they look after each other, you can assume that if they like you, they'll look after you.
Your mind is focused on different things.
Yeah. Yes. But what I'm curious about is that sometimes people say that after psychedelics, especially like this NDA, I've heard that some people after that, their perspective on life changed because there is apparently a point that you can take certain amount where you almost enter a different realm of consciousness, right? Almost, if not, actually it is, because again, consciousness, like,
we don't know what it is.
We don't know what it is, but it's fascinating. Like, I would love to, like, there's one thing that this video talks about, that to really study consciousness, you need to actually take psychedelics.
He tried ayahuasca.
What did he try?
Ayahuasca.
Oh, I haven't gotten to that point yet. What is that?
Yeah, but also, you will like that part because he said in that part that was a good trip, but was necessary.
Wait, what was it?
He said in that part that he tried ayahuasca for a friend. It was not a good trip.
It was not a good trip?
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah?
But he said it was necessary.
It was necessary.
Yeah, for him to understand what's going on.
Yeah, I guess I've heard that, because you do have to be careful apparently with psychedelics, because at some point a bad trip can have long-lasting effects, I've heard.
Anything that gives you a bad trip.
Yeah. Or, like in life, like if you have a trauma, like it can be one event, right? But it can stick with you, right? You suddenly many people have different traumas, but you then get oversensitive in certain situations because something reminds you of that trauma. And I guess, psychedelics do affect your brain. So if you go a bad path, it can stick around. So it's risky, but for me particularly, because I like being in control. Psychedelics is everything but control. You give up the control.
Exactly.
So do you feel like you're the kind of person who likes being in control, or do you like when because you do have weed often? Yeah. So do you feel like you sacrifice the control, like willingly? You're okay with that?
That's a good point, because, for example, in my experience, people will have tried LSD or psychedelics. 15% know himself, and 15% have problem and try for others' motive.
Yes. Yeah.
So when I get to the point that people need a drug to talk to himself, to understand himself, to get in his own mind, I kinda ask it, what the fuck? Yeah. I also with my background in Christianity and so on.
Yeah.
But when I treat drugs, I understand why it's necessary or help in some point, because our mind has. When I speak of mind, I speak of neurons. I speak or chemicals on the
chemicals in the brain.
On the brain, yeah. Cerebro, brain. And it's an activation of that chemicals.
Yeah.
But there are already studies that it's not necessary chemicals or external chemicals to activate those states of the mind. For example, they have tried this with shamans. They have tried this with spiritual people of some ramification. They don't get on the spiritual sense, but they got the scientific state.
Yes.
And the activations on some parts of the brain was the same as having psychedelics.
Yeah.
For example. So it's like a key.
A key, yeah.
To get better understand myself or yourself or whatever.
So what do you think with because that's actually another interesting point, right? Like to actually get the inner understanding, like psychedelics as well, way meditation, or that would be another thing. But even like in this meditation to get to this point, it's a big effort. I also read a book as well that, really tries to steer you into being in the moment, because the idea of being when you really are, right, and not think, because people tend to always think. I can definitely confirm. Sadly,
empirical.
It's very hard to turn it off, right?
Yeah.
So, but if you manage to turn it off and you do it more and more often and get into the practice of it, apparently you can achieve this pure state of being, which gives you so much peace, right? And it's almost like a door to happiness and acceptance. And at some point, so what I've done, I've read this book. I forgot the title of it.
It's so good that you forgot the title.
I'm horrible with the... But because I've decided, because my mom is also the opposite of, she always thinks, but also she catastrophizes. She goes a lot further.
All right.
So I got her because last time I visited Poland, not last time, months ago, it was her birthday. I bought her a Polish version of that book. She said, she's read it and it was interesting. She is not applying anything.
I get it.
But it's interesting because not only psychedelics can make you feel this way, but psychedelics are a quick way, right, to do it. Yes, but what was my question? Because I actually had a question of some kind. I know. You said it depends on the reason or the motive.
Yeah.
What is the good motive then? If not, getting to know yourself.
All right. For growth, for example.
For growth.
Yeah.
Okay.
And for example, most people are doing okay in life, but feel stuck in the sense of self.
Mm-hmm.
When they get to try a little bit of more and got that that normalization of life and grow and personal ideas and so on with psychedelics or meditation or a long trip to India, whatever.
Yes.
I think that's a good motive, but most people also try because my boyfriend gave me.
Yeah, that's definitely not a good.
Yeah,
What about curiosity?
Or it's a good like I say, it should be given the opportunity to try drugs.
Yes, yes.
But for example, I have two examples, one good and one bad.
Uh-huh.
I have a friend on Argentina that is a friend from Venezuela.
Yeah.
In the game of dancing, Pump It Up.
Uh-huh.
Well, I know this man for like 7 years, 8 years from Venezuela. We lost contact like 5, 6 years and then go contact in Argentina. In the last month, I was in Argentina. Even he was living in Argentina before me.
So you just randomly got back in touch? Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
super random.
Okay.
Because I don't have me and a lot of social and so on.
Yes.
Well, this man was doing great, but he was very curious about weed.
Okay.
And the first tip I give him was don't try for pressure, don't try in a space you don't feel safe, don't try when you're sad or have problem in house, and so on, so on, so on.
Yes.
And he was like, damn, this man knows his shit.
You're suddenly a guru. You're like a Yoda of drugs.
Let's wait. So I give this man this first experience. We were at home in a terrace. I don't know how to say.
Terrace, yeah, terrace.
And he got that time I got him to home because it was very close to me. So I would say I was a good host of that experience.
Okay.
So, but fine, he got a good idea. I leave Argentina and I was like, I already showed you how to do it, how to smoke, how to roll, but the basic things. 1, 2 years later, this man called me and say, Jose, you changed my life.
Oh,
damn!
wow!
He told me because we smoking, I got to know myself. Sorry. And I understood I was a bad person, and so on.
Wow!
Wow! Yeah.
That got deep, like
yeah. But was deep in a good sense because she started to change as person, as knowing better himself, what are his limits, what he can pardon, what not, and so on. And he contacted me in December to talk to me in the mood of the year, the family, the friends, and so on. And he told me, I know we don't spoke a lot, but I know I can trust you.
Oh my God. They're hard again.
Yeah.
That's so sweet.
So he told, he said, and thanks again for teach me how to smoke for a better myself and not just to be a drug addict. And also he have bad experience with friends also. So he have his own experience overall, his own path and path with experience with friends and so on. But I am happy for him because he got the same as me. You can get the good way of this thing if you are responsible enough.
It is very important, I feel, to have a person, especially if it's before you start anything, because like the person I knew, what they said, you'll be fine. That's not to me very assuring because at least for me, because I like knowing exactly when I asked, okay, what is the worst thing that could happen? Like, I want to know how it could make me feel so I know I'm prepared, blah, 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 because I need to understand things. If someone says like, nothing will happen, you'll be fine. Like, this is...
Come on.
Yeah, and I should have trusted my instincts, right? Like, I'm not too discouraged. I still just, tried it later on by myself. But for some people, when they do get into some bad, states, this could, really this could create fear or, that kind
of
trauma even. Yes, even trauma, right? And, I personally find those things interesting because weed and some psychedelics can be used to treat some mental issues, right? Yeah. Obviously, it's in a very controlled doses, but it means there are studies behind
that
those
are
things.
Showing good results.
Exactly. So, on one hand, like the part of me is super curious to explore this more and kind of experiment just to see, like almost conduct my own study and, use myself as guess, but not just myself. Like if someone else is willing to do it, but I just, obviously it does depend where you are because there are different laws, in each country. But yeah, like you said, it's very important to have that person. I did actually have one friend, she's in Australia. So the few times, I don't even remember if I tried anything with her, but she had a lot better mindset. She was a lot more reasonable. She had a coloring book. If someone is having a bad time, I'm going to give them coloring book and they're going to focus on that, because colors and some task is what, they might need. She was a lot more grounded. So I felt safer with her. I just never know if I actually did this or not. I don't remember, had any weed or anything. But it's important, and it's nice when someone like comes to you. I trust you. It's a good feeling.
I told you had two history, right?
Oh yeah, what's the second one? I forgot. I'm sorry. Okay,
it's okay. But
someone said I hate you.
No. Oh, it's more funny. Okay. Trust me. But yeah, I feel very good when two people have said to me, thanks for showing me that this can be made different. Mm-hmm. One was this man, and another was a roommate, a flatmate, mm-hmm. I have in Malaga. She is Venezuelan. She got married last year also. It was a very good.
Oh, she invited you?
Yeah.
Nice.
See, after she leave, we still got in contact and made a good friend. Also, I don't have Venezuelan friends. She is exception, honestly. Mm-hmm. I don't trust my people.
When we went to this cafe, you said like you don't normally don't meet many cool Venezuelan people, but okay. That's an interesting topic in itself. Yeah,
another episode. Yeah. Yes. So with her, the experience was I am a bit small, but she had trauma or a bad experience with a boyfriend. And even I doesn't smoke inside the house, she got triggered. But we are both adults, we spoke and so on. And she got a different view of that and also thanked me. Mm-hmm. Thanks, Jose, that you show me that some a weed user can work, be clean, be safe, be responsible, pay bills, etc. So on. Yeah. And I with her, I also understood that people have trauma or different experience, and that can trigger it. With how to say, but I don't know. I don't want to trigger that bad experience on people. So I am very open. I smoke. You're okay with smoke, and so on. And with her, I got a good way of get to that point, understand me with people. So also thanks to her. But the sad part of the story,
there is a sad part. Oh no!
I almost killed a boss.
What?
I almost killed a boss.
You almost killed
my boss.
Your boss?
Yeah, because she visited me in Malaga, and we have always a good relationship.
Yeah.
But she was curious about cookies with weed. The thing is, she was in a safe place. She was with somebody with experience, but she doesn't follow instructions. I told her, eat a quarter and wait. She said, your cookies are so good, give me another. And I was like, 10 minutes later, I don't feel okay.
Oh, no.
Okay, and I try my best and my experience to get
so
down.
How many did she eat?
One, but it was very strong.
Okay.
Yeah. And for me, half, I already got me high. Imagine her. She doesn't.
Yeah, because it's different tolerance. Yeah. So, yeah. Mm-hmm.
In some points, she told me, I want to throw up. Okay. I want to
vomit. Vomit, yeah.
And I was like, okay, it's not the best idea. It's better to get a lot of water and let the body stay down. But she got very anxious by herself. I was like, okay, you want to throw up? I give her some potaje that is for throwing out more easy. It's with arroz.
With what?
With rice.
Rice, yeah.
And paprika is my.
So this is like, so it's like food.
Yeah, they were. Where you wash rice.
Okay.
Mixed with paprika, and your stomach is like.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's not for throwing up, but it helps to throw up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, okay, this is, let's make throw up. 15 minutes later, she was okay. She let it go out. I was okay. And this is my part to be a good host. I had her to wash her, and his clothes was okay. But, to feel better, that, she give her some food, give her water, talk with her a lot, and she got okay. But I feel very bad.
Then she fired you.
No.
Okay.
Actually, I renuncié. There's the
one I met. Yeah. Is it? Yeah. Yeah.
She's right.
What was her name again?
No. Eso lo puedes editar, pero yeah.
Okay, no.
But yeah, that was the point where, okay, after this, we are friends. Come on.
If I see her next time, I'll be like, I know your stuff.
No, she. But the point is, she understood that she doesn't follow my instructions.
I mean, it's also pretty easy to forget. I actually have a very similar story.
Right.
I can share it for the end of the episodes to make myself embarrassed as well. Because at some point we had a wheat butter, and and obviously it's very, very potent, right? So I've made a cheesecake.
All right.
And I knew I will have a piece. I like cheesecake as well. So I've mixed the butter in the crust, like the bottom part, right?
Uh-huh.
And I was very careful about, calculating the amount of grams. And later on, I was, I aimed to understand how much grams each single slice would have.
All right.
So that I know how I should eat. But anyway, I made some calculations. I've made the cheesecake. It was great, right? We took it to our, I think, poker, at that point when I was with that person, we had like almost weekly poker nights.
All right.
And, I'm like, hey guys, here's the cheesecake. Everyone loves the cheesecake. And I have like I thought slice would be fine. But then I think at some point, we were sitting and I was like double checking the maths in my head. And because I told, I think I told them, I forgot the exact number, but I told them, okay, one slice is this amount of grams of wheat. And at some point I was just sitting, and then it was right after I had a cheesecake, right after my, ex, let's call him this way, had 3 slices. And I'm like, wait. And then there's maths. I think I miscalculated something.
Oh.
And then when I actually did a proper math next to him, and we were both like, oh shit. So the next 40 minutes were just us sitting and waiting for this to start working and seeing how bad it gets.
Right.
Which yes, which was it was intense to me, but I deal better with edibles than I dealt with any bongs or anything like that. So I don't think this was any particularly traumatic for me. After 4 or so hours, it started wearing down. Oh, I know what I remember. I remember I played poker. And it was people cannot see me, but it was me holding the cards, just staring at the table, staring at the cards. And whenever it was my turn, there would be at least 10 seconds of blank stare. And I don't even know how I was making any decisions. Good thing is I still was winning something.
Wow.
So it actually, for whatever reason, my brain was on autopilot, in a way. Yeah. So I don't think I don't remember if, exactly how much I lost or won money, because I've always played with money. But it was just interesting because I think it was good that I had something, because, it was literally 3 hours of just me with poker cards, just not saying anything other than check or whatever, whatever you would say. And then eventually it started wearing off.
All right.
So it wasn't too bad, but it was this realization that I remembered when you miscalculate and ate more than you were meant to eat. Because that's yeah.
Yeah. After her, I promised myself don't give anything to anyone. Honestly, I got scared.
There's a duty of care as well. The moment you give something to someone, a substance, and that's something that sometimes people forget. You are, especially if it's a first person doing it first time, you are kind of responsible for their experience if you're providing the substance. Yeah. And if you're doing your own zoning out and getting whatever substances, to the point you cannot help, that's not good, because this person relies on you, right? Yeah.
Well,
that was very interesting.
Yeah. And also after that experience, she started to not to be a better person, but was a shock for her.
Mm-hmm.
Because after, even when they throw up and so on, she feel relaxed and we had a good talk.
Mm-hmm.
And after that talk, now that I remember her, she's starting to change.
So you think it actually changed her in some way?
It's shake her, at least.
So
that situation.
What was the main difference in her?
She is starting to be more realized of herself, of a professional.
Oh, self-aware of her as a professional. Just as a professional.
Well, it's the most I remember in the change.
Okay.
She have my change at personal level, but in the professional way.
How did it? What was the behavior change? What was the actual?
Okay, after that experience and the tal, she got more decisions. She got more responsibility and fight for her rights with her partners. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I don't know if it was the weed or the tal, but
that's always good.
Making history.
Yeah.
That was months of change for her and was.
I love when people fight for their rights. I mean, in any meaning of the, not just professionally, but generally, just boundaries, speaking up. I always applaud when this happens, try to encourage people to do it. No, that's a great story. And I find drugs should be a little bit less of a taboo. It is. I think the crucial part, and this actually what I still want to say in this episode, is education. I remember when I was going to school, we had police officers coming, don't do drugs. You will get arrested or may die. Great. And this is the only thing you get out of school. But then it's causes that, forbidden fruit. And some kids just do it because surely, they were, I guess, either they're attracted to it because, it's forbidden fruit, or they're just still curious. So instead of scaring people, how about you educate what's out there, how it can affect you, and just make your decisions wisely, right?
Okay.
And that should, because in the end, there's always going to be a way to get a drug. So if you educate over create that fear, you have better chance of affecting kids in a way that makes them smarter instead of scared, and that creates different outcomes in the end. Exactly. I think,
Yeah. Also, for example, I started to joking about that Moses in the Bible.
Oh, Moses, yeah.
He was not talking just to a bush, but smoking weed. I'm just kidding.
I mean, honestly,
it might be an option, yeah. Also, to reconnect with the mind and so on, there are in the first human bodies, or the most old human body encounter, there are some remnants of shrooms in the body. So early humans eat mushroom.
Maybe they're like, oh, what is this in the forest?
We don't know exactly why or which ones.
Yeah.
But they got it. And there is a book that say that in chimpanzees we got the same similarity. So in some way, and in a very vague idea, the early humans maybe grow up and evolution tends to a mushroom. There is a book about that. It's very scientific. Oh, of course. Yeah, you
I would be interested. Yeah,
to read. Yeah. So, but I don't know. That's a big idea, but I think that for my personal experience that yes, you understand yourself in a different way. But also there's the funny part of this topic because some people give the idea of the consciousness as something spiritual. And some people like me, something more scientific.
Scientific.
Yeah. And myself have two words fighting because my childhood was very religious and my adulthood was not.
Do you believe in God? So coming from religious background, what's your belief in general? Or do you feel like...
I am agnostic. I don't feel to believe in the Abrahamic God, but I know there is something very superior.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you think the consciousness is more scientific than it is spiritual?
You know the old meme of Grandpa from Simpsons, from the Simpsons?
Oh, no, I haven't watched enough Simpsons.
Right. Well, there is a meme on the father of Homer.
Yeah.
He says something to give her to be free of some situation. He say like something like this, something like that. in Spanish, decimos un poquito de esto, un poquito de aquello.
I see.
Okay, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. For example, myself, I think it's a mix of both words, but every word have the bad vision of the other.
Oh, like you mean each single, so...
The scientific sees the spirit idea, but in that video they tell.
Yes.
And the spiritual get a bad idea about the science. And I was like, what? For example, my background is from electronics, so I know about a foundation of electricity, and so on.
Yes.
And electrocardiogram of the ear is just a sensor that feel your beat.
Heartbeat, yeah.
But it's a reflection of harmonics, of electromagnetic wave. And at some point, I don't know what age, honestly, I was like, what is mine? Is something like that. Our brain makes something like a Wi-Fi.
There is waves, actually, in the brain. Yeah,
that's with my ACE and so on. So, but what is soul and conscience kind of have a little bit of that. Because when people die, there's some aura, is scientific check it, that is goes down.
Yes.
Some frequency, I don't know, it's very weird. But I don't know, it's just a big idea. And every time I learn something new about this topic, I understood that I don't know anything.
Well, you see, this what I have on my t-shirt, that's going to be my podcasting t-shirt. It means wiem, że nic nie wiem. I know nothing. That's exactly, that's my, thought with every conversation, right? But I agree with you. Like, I mean, it's a theory because we don't have enough, but it does make sense to me that it's a kind of a little mix of both almost. I think there is a science, but science that we probably don't understand. I mean, we don't understand, and who knows if we will ever understand, because it seems very, there's a lot of things we know now that have been unknown for many, many years, and we've learned them because of technology that we've developed. But to develop something that will allow us to really study consciousness, something that's probably very related to the brain, but not that obviously, because we can study different parts of the brain and when they activate, when we do different things, but the sense of being and experiencing things the way we do, it's almost like a different concept next to it. It's feels very hard right now to study it from the brain itself. But if it's not the brain, what else do we use, right? Like
exactly
what is, but there are things around us that we don't see. For example, Wi-Fi. Okay, the fact that we have Wi-Fi is great. We use our phone, right? But something has to be in that air to produce that internet connection. We just don't see it, right?
In the emptiness.
Yes.
Because there's no air. I had a little bit of oxygen, but in the emptiness, there need to be something.
Exactly. And honestly, I would not be surprised. I mean, this is just my little extra theory, is if this contributes to some of the issues we have with our health. Because we might not see those waves, but they are interacting with our body. It's just in a very subtle
we
way.
Don't know if biologically it affects us. Sorry, I correct.
Yeah.
We know that biologically it's not affecting us this wave. That's check it.
Okay.
But in the mind that we don't know, maybe.
I mean, we already know like things, like a different kind of things that you use, for example, of AI, like affects our brain's cognitive ability. Like we put less effort into, less mental effort into thinking, right? Which is honestly, if we keep going this way, it can cause us to be more stupid as a humanity.
Have you watched the movie Idiocracy?
It rings the bell, but I don't think I've watched. Maybe I've watched. I don't know. I don't think I've watched it.
You will like it because for not to make ¿cómo se dice?
Spanish?
Ya, es que en serio que soy bilingual, I am bilingual. Not to make spoilers.
Yeah.
It's somebody that travels to the future, and the word is people, only idiot people.
Oh.
Language has missing, professional has missing, people don't drink water, drink Monster.
Oh, that's something I would watch.
It's exaggerated, but it's good.
Okay.
When the Bone of Eye starting to come out like 2 years ago, yeah, we should go.
Okay, is it American movie?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's before Trump. It's not Trump.
That's one good thing about it.
All right. But when iPhone started, people start to comment on, right? Of course.
Yes.
It's like Idiocracy was a funny movie, not a manual. Not a guide.
Oh, okay.
Oh, because in that same time, the result of studies like how people spend time watching TikTok and the attention span and so on. In the world now, we have a problem with this. Some toddlers can stay without a screen more than 15 minutes.
Yes.
It's absurd. But it's happening. And people starting commenting like, man, that movie was a comedy movie. What the hell? It's very similar. You wanna...
Yes. I would
scare yourself.
Yeah, I would. I've watched the Black Mirror episodes as well. Like, to me, the idea of what we think could happen or could go wrong, like, it's really interesting. And funny thing is that, funny and sad, that some of these things kind of are happening, right? Yeah. They're going in that direction. And one thing, I do use AI a lot, right? Like, I do lean on it, but I do also make sure, for example, like when I'm learning Spanish, I can tell my brain is working because I am using it so I can use my brain. I'm not just translating. I am asking for explanation. I am exercising with it. So if that's actually, I listened to some podcast episodes, it was for learning Spanish, but it talked about AI. And I think the main takeaway from it is if you use it, try to be at least mindful with how you use it, frame things in a way that you still can double check that, or you have more of a conversation and engage with it, not just copy, paste, and goodbye.
My reason, I think, is that people are using AI in a bad way. Mm-hmm. They're not getting the good part of, or the, how to say, the benefit of an AI tool. And it's the same with internet. Some people prefer to watch TikTok than read a paper. Mm-hmm. It's the same thing. But the way it's making that LLMs, because LLMs is the famous...
LLMs?
Large language models.
Oh, language learning.
Yeah, it's a layer of AI. Mm-hmm. AI is a lot of them, but people are focusing on LLMs. Mm-hmm. And that's a problem. Because people just already think that they are talking to a intelligent being.
Yes.
And it's, when I get that people ask for romance counseling to ChatGPT, I got, my God.
I showed ChatGPT to my mom, and on one hand, I regret it.
All right.
On the other, I prefer that she consults ChatGPT than just watches news.
All right.
Because it's a little bit more accurate.
All right.
Because media is just too biased and has too much objective.
Yeah.
ChatGPT can be wrong.
At least.
Yes, but it's at least trying to get some sources, like some of them might be inaccurate, but I think it's better.
It got various sources. Yeah,
yes.
exactly.
So it's but it's especially with people, some people, like it's hard to train people in this. People will still do whatever is the most convenient to them.
It's like
right?
to find Google inside Google. I have seen people do that.
Don't even start me on like those like boomer problems. Like when I get really impatient with them, I'm okay with teaching people things, but if it's like boomer problems, like when I came to like to Gdańsk, my hometown, a few weeks ago, and my dad or my mom told me, "Oh, set up this for your dad," or like Google Maps, whatever, or like his YouTube channel, like YouTube account, so he can see who he subscribes to. And then I saw this weird shit that he accidentally subscribed to and tried to explain it to him. Like, okay, this is how you can access. This is the tab, the page. This is where you see your favorite videos from your favorite people. And like it took 10 minutes to guide him to this, to click on the right thing. It was painful. And I had also a migraine, and I was like, Dad.
It's like he is teaching you the words when you're a toddler.
Yeah, but it's at least with the toddler, they learn quick. Kids learn quick. The older people
learn.
No. And he's like, "Oh, you're not very patient." Am I not? I have migraine. I came here to eat cake, not. I mean, yes, I was a bit impatient. I normally am a lot more patient, but I was.
In some point,
I was just like, I cannot do it right now. But yes, it's a bit tricky. Technology is, I mean, I'm not surprised. It's advanced shortly, In a few time, yeah.
Yes. I have a question.
Yeah. Oh wow. Oh my God.
Do you think that technology, in some point, would or could copy the mind?
Oh, like almost replicate the human mind.
Yeah, because, or a brain at least. Because, for example, there are already studies that show people getting viewed again with prostheses, getting eyesight.
Oh, eyesight, yes.
Or hearing. Or even bones made with some robotic things to get the correct way. Very testing techniques, but
wow,
there are a lot of things. I got crazy when the image things.
With what?
With the image thing or the edge side.
Oh yeah.
Because the hearing, okay, there are a lot of bones and so on. Yes. But inside,
I mean, that would be a huge I mean, when it comes to this, I think, this is great if it's happening, and I think yes. But I think this is where we head into what about the consciousness? If we're trying to recreate a human, I think we could eventually get to recreating a brain and be able to, copy, quote unquote, a brain. But to recreate consciousness, I think that will take a lot more understanding. Right. So I think actually at this point we could probably replace or recreate, create brain parts. So I guess with our understanding of the brain, maybe we could help restore function of something, but I'm not sure how many neuron connections can actually get, to that, like from to controlling other areas. I don't know how versatile that replacement part of the brain could be, but I think we probably can eventually, but not with consciousness. So it probably wouldn't be an entire brain, because I think consciousness is still related to brain, at least what I think in theory. Right. But again, that's, what do you think? Do you think we can get there?
All right. I think that there might be a step before,
Mm-hmm.
Technological and morally.
Moral, ethics is like a different thing as well.
Yeah, because technology have advanced a lot in a few times, but morally we're still in the Cold War.
Yeah.
Globally.
Yes.
And in some point, I think in my big idea that technology is not good for everyone or not for all, because it can be made with a bad use. I think that humanity is going to choose between a limit of technology to not lose that humanity. I think. I hope.
I hope so too, because there is, when at some point you have like people in power, imagining some kind of profits or the benefit for them, whatever the definition of that is. That's the tricky part, because there could be a lot of people who morally wouldn't want to do something, but if someone high enough wants to, we already have seen this in history multiple times. Things can still happen, right?
Yeah.
That's why it's so important. Like that's where we are not doing well in this way in many countries, where people in power, are not the right people, and we should, the moment we see some kind of evilness, to simplify, we should already completely take off that person out of the,
Of the chain.
Yeah, so that they know they experience consequence of quote unquote bad decisions, right? Like, this is just a diplomatic term. But yes, I mean, I feel like, yes, morally, I only imagine this as theoretically, could we do it? But morally, yes, that would be another thing, on a very big debate. And I think that's why it probably would limit to certain parts, I'm thinking, but I wonder, I haven't even heard that this could be possible, because I've always worried about losing my eyesight. Like, oh, okay.
A few years more, we got the new eye. I want a greens.
You don't have green eyes? I mean, I have green eyes. But they could be greener,
Yeah, greener, white.
Yeah, like Japan, you go and you change your eye color because it's just normal.
No, in cambio the form of the iris.
Oh, there's laser surgery, right? I am short-sighted, but I don't trust it as well, especially that there is technology to fix your eyesight, but apparently it's not recommended. Actually, you shouldn't do it if you have dry eyes, and I do have dry eyes, because it can really cause bad
and go worse. Yeah.
So that's why I haven't done it. But as long as it doesn't get any worse, it's not too bad. But technology is an interesting topic, because it changes so quick. And once you open one door, there's so much possibilities, and you just need to go from there.
It was more. Sorry if we stand, but I got questions.
Of course. That's,
All right. So we already talked about the option or possibility of copying the consciousness brain on a machine. What if we get to the point that agree that consciousness is not more like our own self machine, our body?
Yeah.
Being automata. There is no consciousness. There is no bit connection. What is we as world, as humanity agree on that?
That is an automatic thing in our brain?
It's like our machines, evolution,
okay.
A kind of bad idea and so on. How do you feel if people agree globally on that idea? Missed?
So, you mean if scientists just tell us that it's just a brain,
in automatic mode and so on?
Well, then I'd be like, okay, well then show me. I'll be like, okay, if you claim there is nothing else, and this is just okay, then I guess if you have that knowledge, then if you recreate the brain and show me and, put it in like this, let's say, some kind of robot, whatever, like an artificial machine, right? And I could have, I could have a conversation with it where this thing has a sense of awareness and thoughts that go beyond just, there are more
memories,
yes,
all
like
right.
something that's, like you obviously challenge it in multiple ways. It's not like a single conversation, right? But it would take a little bit of proof for me because, like, I am quite skeptical those days. Right. That's why even if I have any conversation with anybody and if someone states something as a fact, I actually am less likely to believe it than if they told me, I don't know, but my theory is like, right? I'm actually more likely to believe that. So if someone just claims this is what we've decided, again, people thought Earth is flat for many years. Yeah. So it would need to be more
people
evidence.
Thought we don't visit the moon.
Yeah.
Today.
There is just too much, and I think that skepticism helps me, like it's helpful in, not getting scammed for $1 million from, a Nigerian prince, anything like that. It's helpful to be skeptic. Nothing in your life is really, you can get screwed if you believe something too hard. So it's better to double check, right? So that's why.
All right. And the second question is, what happened is we get AGI. AGI.
AGI? What?
Ají.
Ahí.
Ají. No, ají.
Ají.
No sé cómo lo... I don't know how to pronounce it.
Quick AI search. What is it? AGI.
General Artificial Intelligence. Artificial General Intelligence, yes. Or IAG,
Okay, Artificial General, so in English it will be AGI.
AGI.
Okay, AGI, Artificial General Intelligence. What is it even? Is it
it's
AI?
What you say before. It's like a machine can think for self and have that conversation at human level and intimate.
Okay, imitate
a joke or even lie to you. What happened?
AI likes.
All right.
I hope so.
Okay, but what happened if we got that before copy the consciousness? That machine have life for you morally. It will be a machine. Stay. What you?
So what is your question? What would that be good? Like, what was the question?
All right. What you think about that? About a machine getting identity, self-awareness, and so on. And the point of AGI. Would you give that machine voting rights?
Never.
Taxing? I don't know. No. Because we create based on conversation a consciousness.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I think already like AI is at that point. Yeah, it might not be like something you visibly see. It's something a tab you access, an app you open, but it has a lot of elements. It's scary actually because you tell it to role play oftentimes, but if you don't tell it to role play, it still applies certain personality to itself.
Yeah.
And it acts. It can actually, like, for example, my colleague from work created a GPT, right? So it's like a version of ChatGPT, but it has instructions, right? Mm-hmm. And it's mean, right? Mean. It's like a lot more like sassy.
I got a friend that he insult and got better results.
Yeah. It's honestly, I love it. Like we get along so well with it, but it almost like it has personality. So you just give it instruction, and it does have that personality. And I guess honestly, it already feels like we're at this point or very close. And I like it on a surface level, but I think it's dangerous.
All right.
Because I think, like, it also depends how much power you give it. Like, if you give it too much power in any sense, and sad thing is that people might kind of want to give it power, in their lives almost, to whether, one thing is if it's their own personal lives, but I've seen vaguely that there are even documentaries of people who literally date AI.
Yeah.
It becomes a problem because one thing is if you lean on it for information, for knowledge, to get something done more effectively, but you understand it's a machine and you shouldn't bond with it, or you shouldn't create a relationship with it, that's fine. No matter how smart it gets. But if you give it power over your own life, your emotions, if it doesn't speak to you the same way today as it yesterday and you feel sad about this, it has too much power. And regardless of what it is. And the problem is there are people in this world who are weak in this sense.
Yeah.
And
sadness.
So when you create something, you cannot...
Sadly,
yes, sadly. Sadness applies too. It's sadness.
It's sad.
It's sad. It means if you create a tool, people will misuse it, so it's probably more moral to limit the tool so it cannot be misused, whether it's for evil things or whether it's because someone is weak and it falls a victim almost, or becomes codependent.
All right.
Right? That's what I think.
Yeah, it's like this man that with the investigation of atomics and so on, he made a bomb. I forget his name.
Albert Einstein?
No. Albert Einstein was the relativity theory. He has a movie.
Yeah. What's
the head of the American bomb?
Oh, God.
I forgot his name.
I hope nobody relies on us for historical trivia. But yeah. Wait.
Creator
there was
of
one.
First atomic bomb. Me encantan estas pausas en la grabación.
I'm leaving those breaks, yes.
Stelmer, no.
Do you remember the movie name? No.
It's the name of the Robert Jr. Oppenheimer.
Oh, right. I've heard, but I don't think I've watched the movie.
All right, but the point is, he was asked to make a bomb.
Yeah.
Based on scientific research in that time.
Yes.
So. Yeah. Also, this topic goes sassy. Because I have a friend that I told you he is studying a master on AI, but in the technical level.
Mm-hmm.
And he's scared as me as what people will do with AI if this goes on and get more accepted.
Yeah.
And he say, Jose, it's sad that you can change a life with a line of code.
Mm-hmm.
You say that, for example, your friend spoke to his LLM sassy.
Yes.
You spoke good, with respect, but that's just a line of code to change a response.
Yes.
It's not even thinking that response is that way. It got a model to get that response. It blew my mind.
But you see, for people who are less self-aware and aware, they don't, when they interact with this AI, they don't think it's just a model talking to me. They are building something here. They are engaged in that conversation and maybe even in that GPT, like they'll come back to it and, in extreme cases, they'll create some relationships or something with it. And that's,
we can get more like putting or wear aluminium hats.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot what they were. Paranoid now.
Is it like those things that are attached to your...
No. For ideas.
Oh, yeah,
I forgot in Spanish and English.
Well, we're doomed now.
Well, like crazy ideas. We got crazy opinions about things. You know why I spoke into?
You mean like what are you trying to say?
Yeah. It's like no.
Do you know the Spanish word?
No.
No. Are you saying hypothetical?
Hypothetical
ideas.
Bad ideas.
Yes.
That there is a word for that.
Yeah. Predictions?
No. More district, more underground.
I don't know, but I think I know what you're saying. That we could pretty much just keep coming up with those scenarios.
The government control us and so on.
Yeah. That's
All right, yeah, you get my idea.
Oh, is it? Oh, wait, is it conspiracy?
Conspiracy theories. I forgot on your language.
What is the Spanish? Is it like conspiración?
Teorías conspiranoicas.
What? Wait a second.
Teorías conspiranoicas.
Teorías conspiranoicas. Buena. Yeah, see? So,
all right.
Yes, we could go there, yeah.
All right. So I think that social media is breaking us apart more than uniting us. And LLMs is the top of the cherry of the ice cream, giving a false hope to people.
Wait, who is at the top of the iceberg?
LLMs.
Oh, yeah.
I think that LLMs are giving a false hope of people to engage, to connect, and I think that's a bad result of the bad implementation or the bad use of social media, I think so.
Yeah, I think social media is kind of like going alongside the AI, and it's having its own damage. It obviously came before AI, so it's like already started melting our brains a little bit.
The 19s already have social, yeah.
Yeah, and it's probably, it's, again, I think it links to, I don't want to offend so many people, but like weak humanity, right? Like it comes, a lot of damage, including social media, probably comes from some kind of lack of something, right? And people, whether people can misuse social media. Like I probably am victim of just I don't understand what social media is, but it does control me sometimes. And you know how I told you, I don't like not being in control. And sometimes 1 hour in, I could scroll and I'm like, shit, like this thing is controlling me. Like it is scary.
Or the ideas, because it starts to show you specific things.
Yeah, it could go either way. For me, it's just, I know that whatever I see is just the algorithm. Like I don't either believe things. I don't necessarily compare myself. Nothing like that. For me, it kills my time and attention span. This is how it harms me. But for some people, and I am weak in this way, right? And for some people, it kills their self-esteem, or something else. And it can have similar or just its own damaging effect on humans, just like AI can. And yeah, I mean, it probably makes AI even more powerful because we're already damaged by social media. Broken apart, and our brains are broken. Like in some
copy or conscientiousness is.
I wouldn't copy most people's brains. I'd bury people's brains.
Do you know you had Facebook, right? Or have at some point Facebook.
I don't use Facebook, but I have.
But you have.
Yeah.
All right. Have or haven't? Had in some past
like
time.
I have the account, I just don't use it. I only use it for some groups if I search.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's okay.
Yeah.
The point is, Meta or Instagram.
Yeah.
Meta has an image of ourselves.
Looking at the wall, like stop touching the wall.
I use more than fans. Sorry.
Okay.
So, copy or conscientiousness, I think it's more close than we think because they got a lot of information of us already. I don't think that they can copy exactly the minds, the opinions, but they can control certain amounts of
comprehension.
No, patterns of behavior.
Oh, patterns of behavior. Yeah. Oh yeah.
See one. So,
I mean, yeah, I understood. Yeah.
Right. So, with a little bit of use, they got a lot of information, and algorithm can complete those parts that they don't have.
Do you think that the data they have is actually consciousness data?
No, not consciousness data yet. But with a little bit of extra information in that image that they have of, they can control a lot of narrative, a lot of idea, and so on. Cambridge Analytica problem showed that.
Yes.
And I was like, man, we have a lot of problems right now, more than you say, yeah.
Yes. Actually, that is another good point and problem with social media. People overshare. And all of that feeds into AI, right? One thing, just even imagery, pixels, all of that is
ubication.
Yes, but also what I really don't like is people freely also sharing pictures of their babies, right? Those babies do not give consent.
Yeah.
You choose the consent for them. And this is, especially if you have public profile, if you have private, maybe with just your friends, that's one thing.
It's okay.
But it's, and then again, location information, just a lot of things that we share. Instagram is just one media, but there would be other, and older people, if they get on Facebook, oh my God, just posting different, sometimes oversharing as well. That is dangerous. And I don't think people are short-sighted often. They don't think what it's really doing to a bigger picture. And I do hope that someone who is controlling and programming those things has, some moral spine not to overuse or use in the overly damaging way those things. But we don't know if this gets out of control, because we are feeding a machine. We're literally feeding it. And if even with many smart people who refuse to do it, or just, it doesn't matter because the majority does it, and
for example, but the things got worse when Meta started to cross data to identify you on another sites, and that's still going on. I don't know if you already know.
I don't even.
It's on the terms and conditions in the Intertos. The Pixel Facebook is installed in your phone because you have Instagram.
Right.
Automatically, you give Instagram access to a SD card, for example, in your mobile. So you install another applications that have Facebook SD card and can read that pixel information of you already. And you never know. And that is happening right now. So I for example, I only have Instagram because if I don't have a social, at least one, people think I am weird. I am trying to be a normal person. While normal.
I mean, even your profile photo doesn't really show your face. It's just a human.
Somebody.
It's somebody. Yeah, it's and your nickname doesn't tell me much, So you're pretty good with it. Yeah, you're not the tastiest for AI,
No, but because I got scared about that before AI. When I got starting to program system and so on, and developer, you get or you understand that a bit power is a big responsibility, like Spider-Man.
Yes.
But when, for example, the first apps I made was mostly e-commerce, but with process to buy fun and so on, for engagement and plays, for coupons and so on. And you get that people was always checking to get something. I was, man, lady, do you have a like? What are you doing? always on our application. So you understand the points, and that scared me. That was like 1,000 users. Yeah, not much.
Oh, a little trivia. I at some point started studying marketing.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh, marketing, right? Like, I mean, I'd be good at it. I like psychology, and I sort of like observing people, you know, and and then I had the eye for visual things and how does, you know, some background in graphic design, and I would be, okay, I could use design and, you know, build projects that resonate and bring effects. But the more I was learning about it, the more I was like, this is not aligning with my values. I don't want to make people feel like they need something they don't need, or they make them want something they don't need. So I stopped my studies and didn't go that direction. You know, obviously you can probably be in marketing field without really causing much damaging. Like, it depends which company you're working for. But a lot of times the campaigns, if you go the advertising route, it does, you know, it is using the knowledge of people behavior patterns to make profits for the business. And I didn't like that concept. You know, I am more of a people person than a business person.
Last year have been very aggressive. I think that your point of view became of being a user of tough aggressiveness.
Yeah.
So
I was always like, people generally dislike ads, but oftentimes they still get influenced by them, right? So it's like, if you see something and then you kind of think, well, maybe I need to get something for this. Okay, what did I see? What's familiar, right? Like, it still sticks. But, you know, and yes, I'm the user, but at the same time, I simply, you know, I could be really good at this, but it's, you know, it's just doesn't, I honestly, especially with some things, I don't think you should be able to advertise things like beer, you know, nothing that's, you know, harmful for, you know, okay, if you advertise potatoes in Mercadona for
potatoes
cheaper.
Because you are Polish.
Yes. You should always eat potatoes.
There's an Instagram how to cook 100 potatoes.
Huh? What?
There is an Instagram.
Oh, how to cook 100 potatoes.
White ways or how?
100 ways. I mean, honestly, potatoes are the most versatile. One of the most versatile foods.
That's so poetic.
But I don't like this plain cooked ones. They're too boring. But you know, if you get more creative,
I prefer the vodka.
Exactly. So yes, but the whole concept is like, it's just, I don't know. Like, for me, I didn't like. So I am quite of whatever messes with people's brains. I really try to take distance from it, so I don't anymore want to have a job that contributes to it. But also, I am wary of it. I am not as careful as you are, like with your Instagram. Like, I do share things, but at least my profile is at least private. I'm hoping that at least there is some wall. If not, then you know, I am one of the people.
I got crazy. The guy follow you in mid walking.
Oh, like, you mean like the location thing? Yeah. And the thing is,
I got crazy going. You told me it was like, oh God.
Yeah, and it's like a great thing, right? And you can go back and check your location.
No. The guy that follow you on social without you speaking much with him.
Oh yeah, this guy. Yeah. That was super weird. I have no idea how he found me. Oh yeah. It was so random. Like, I literally didn't even give him a name. It was 5 minutes of broken Spanish. You know, it was So that's I have no idea how could you get there. It's on one hand great that he should get hired in police. You know, do investigate detective work. Great career.
Yeah.
But no, that's a no-go. For a context, just to like say, it was like I've met like randomly. I was hiking and had a short conversation with a guy. Didn't even tell him my name. It was just like a random conversation. Didn't say yes to him coming with me either, because we were going opposite directions originally. And then the next day I get a friend request on Facebook from him. So that's pretty much what happened. I was really spooked and confused how that even happened, because it's not like he even took a photo of me. Like, I don't know the route you would get to find me.
Facebook Pixel.
I am in some groups, I guess, on Facebook. But like
some people are crazy stalking.
Yeah.
I got a friend here. He got bartender Instagram from the Instagram of the bar.
Yeah.
So
wait.
A friend got the Instagram of a bartender from the account of the place she worked at.
Yes, yeah.
Just looking and in 5 minutes, he got her Instagram.
Yeah.
I got crazy watching him. Was like, you're sick.
Yeah. Honestly, and that's the funny thing. If you've sent someone a friend request after you stalked them, like, especially if it's like a man-woman, like if you're doing this to a woman, like, what do you think this person will think? Like, unless they are desperate for something. But most women would be creeped out really badly by that. I would not want to, if they gave you the information, it's one thing, but they didn't, right? So it's weird. I'm just hoping I'm too boring for anyone to because there's so many people out there that I hope I'm just one boring person,
Look for another.
Yeah, exactly. Look at all of those influencers there. They're a lot more interesting. They share a lot
more money.
More money, more things in general, So that's, Wow, so many interesting topics today.
Yeah, a lot.
I think, how are we? 2 hours, 40 minutes.
We got 2 full episodes.
Probably. I wonder if I should. No, I'm not gonna break it apart. But yeah. Well, thank you so much, Jose.
Thank you for the invitation. I expect you the best of wish for this podcast.
Thank you.
I hope you reach a lot of people crazy like us.
Yeah, I wonder who's gonna actually listen to the whole thing. That's
at least somebody.
Somebody,
Reddit, somebody.
Even if it doesn't, I will listen. I will be using different accounts.
¿Todavía grabamos o ya cortamos?
I'm gonna probably do a little wrap up. So, yes, thank you again, and I will. Even if nobody listens to it, that's okay. We're not gonna be mad at anybody. It's a personal project in the end.
Yeah.
All right. So with that, but thank you though. If someone has survived, probably you have to break it to 5 different days.
If there's no Third World War, somebody in the future will hear this podcast.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. All right. So I will see you in the next one. I'm not sure who is it going to be, but yes, have the best rest of your day. Bye.